Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Your Creative Freedom, a coaching service that helps working professionals just like you identify their purpose, integrate new ways of being, and ignore distractions on the way to living an authentic and intentional life. All right, so today what I want to talk with you about is how you can better align your passions with your purpose in your everyday life. Now, we know that passion and purpose aren't exactly the same thing, but it's important to understand how they relate to each other. I talked about that in another video, but just very briefly, passion can be looked at as like the higher level order of purpose being the foundation. So if you look at things that you enjoy in your life, start to identify themes within those, you can then understand how your passion relates to your purpose. So you start to look at the deeper levels and layers of who you are and the things that matter most to you, and then start to incorporate them in your life. And that's what we do here with Your Creative Freedom. We help people start to uncover those themes, start to uncover their purpose, and then slowly chip away the things in their lives that don't matter, really pertaining to who they want to be. You can do anything just about, depending on who you are and your situation in life, but you can do a lot of things. And it's important to understand what those right things are for you, what you value, what you understand, what you find intentional and important, so that you can live a fulfilling life and give your most creative gifts and contributions to the world. So today we're talking about how to do just that, how to align these areas. And what I want to share is one tip that I think can be very helpful, and that is in your current role as a professional, whether that be a bank teller, a salesperson, a lawyer, a doctor, a cab driver, whatever your current profession is, start to think about how you can incorporate your passion and your purpose into your work. Now, you may not be 100% thrilled. You may be looking to get out of that career, maybe looking to change, but no matter what, you're here because you are looking for more meaning, more fulfillment in your life. Something's not working out quite well. I understand that. I get it. I've been there. And the more you can start to move away from having meaninglessness and purposelessness, the more enjoyable and engaging and engaged you will be with your own world and your own reality. Let's say, for instance, you work as a waiter at a restaurant. You work as a waiter at a restaurant, and one of your themes is humor. Like, you really find humor to be a fun thing. It's a theme of yours. You feel like part of your reason here for being on earth is to be comedic, to be able to tell it like it is in a funny, fun, engaging way. You take that skill and then you apply it to your role as a waiter, right? So when you're interacting with customers, when you're interacting with your colleagues at the restaurant, you infuse humor. You make the situations light and funny. You point things out that they might not have really recognized that they said or that they did, and you just create an enjoyable, lighthearted tone, atmosphere, mood that people enjoy and enjoy being around you. And it can lead to more fulfillment for you, but also enjoyment for them, more value for them, because now they're having a good experience. And then at the end of the day, they'll be more likely to give you tips. So think about it in those terms, because the more that you can incorporate parts of yourself into your work, the more enjoyable and fulfilling it'll be for you. So, all right, you might be saying to yourself, Tim, it makes complete sense how a person who works in a restaurant could use humor to be successful and to thrive. I will have a much more different career. The things that I found out about myself don't necessarily apply. I would argue that they do. And this is where you have to think creatively, right? Because this is your creative freedom. If you struggle with being able to think creatively, you're going to find yourself stuck and caged into situations that you don't enjoy. And if you do have the trouble, let me know. We can work on that. Schedule a consultation. We can talk through it. But as another example, let's say that someone's theme is rebellion. Throughout their life, they have this rebellious streak. They don't like to go along with the status quo. However, they find themselves working at a pharmaceutical company where they manufacture drugs or prescriptions for people. So let's say that that's the case for somebody. Now, how do they incorporate that theme into their work life? How do they do that? Again, you have to be creative. I would challenge you to think about it for yourself. Give yourself that second. How would you do it? The thing that came to my mind is, ethically, you work for this company. You probably don't want to be, challenging them too much, having some type of counterculture movement within the company, some revolution. But what you could do is, let's say you are working on medication for heart health. You could then look at it holistically, like holistic medicine. Maybe the situation is a change in diet. Maybe it's exercise. Maybe you find a way to help people get around it naturally without using prescriptions. preventative medicine to help people avoid actually taking what you're creating. That's one example. I'm not saying it is the example. Let's think it's one example of how you can use a theme in an industry that may not seem like it would actually fit. Now, I don't know what your situation is. You know way better than I ever could, and I would love to actually learn more about you. So if you want to share, please drop it in the comment section down below or schedule a consultation. We can talk about it. But you know more about you and your situation, and it's up to you to start to think creatively about how you can use more of your purpose and your passion in your current field. But let's say you actually want to leave your field. Now you have a better understanding of who you are and what you want to use and how you want to contribute to the world in a way that is meaningful to you, in a way that also aligns with who you know yourself to be at a core level. So the key to all of this is understanding who you are at that core level and perhaps continuing to uncover that, because it's, at least in my experience, not a one and done. You understand yourself at one level. The more you experiment, the more you do things in life, have experiences, the more you start to see you're actually a little bit more of this, or you incorporate this because you understand more about yourself and you start to evolve as an individual and start to resonate more with a greater number of things, or you actually let go of other things. It's a process, it's a journey. But through that journey, you have the option now, you have the choice to be able to say, this doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to move on to something else that serves me a little bit more. And what we want to get to, in my estimation, is a life and a career and a purpose and a passion and a calling that are all aligned. So let's say it's a percentage. Maybe in your current job, you can do that 85%, if you work really hard, but then you're maxed out right there. Then you have an opportunity to look for another job that will give you that additional 15%, or create something for yourself that will give you that additional 15%. So that's what I got for you today. I hope this is helpful. I feel like I've explained it well enough, but please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or comments. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this topic and seeing more of your themes and how you creatively incorporate them into your life. I'm Tim Booker. This is Your Creative Freedom. Once again, we're a coaching service where we help individuals just like you identify their purpose, integrate that into their lives, and then ignore everything else. If you want to schedule a consultation, please feel free to do so in the links in the comment section or links below. Last but not least, I appreciate you. I look forward to learning more about you, and I'll see you in the next one.